It's interesting how these cameras just start kicking on whenever they want to kick on, and I'm with it. I'm with it. Abundant blessings, fam. Abundant blessings. K back at you. Inner elevation. Today is a great day to have a great day. Hit with that inspiration that can come from perspiration. Got done with a little bit of hustling. Made it back to the casa. Sitting here doing a little writing and, says, yo, tap in with your people. I do what I'm told. So, following suit, it is an honor to be somebody that's thinking about you. It's an honor to be thinking about you. It really, really is. Today is one of those sacred times in the flow of time we call the summer solstice. It's like, hey man, dang cuz, why you always coming at me with all this history and scientific talking you do? Relax. No, we just, for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we as people on this planet held these things in high regard. Before we had screens to stare at, we had the stars, we had the trees, we had the streams, we had the creatures, and we had each other. I'm just an advocate of us tapping back into that a little bit more. Okay? Totally with the new tech. Greatest time to be alive, no doubt. At the same time, though, we need to use the time to redeem the time. So, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but I can tell you what the way looks like from my unique perspective, through my three eyes. So I'm blessed to have a heart to want to do so. And have an ear that hears the whisper when it's time. So at any rate, summer solstice, right? What's that all about? We got these days we call equinoxes. And these are days of equal light and equal shadow. What we call day and night. Then we have these days called solstices. A solstice is a day of, say, balanced dominance. So in the summer, today, the sun will be up the longest that it'll be up all year. As long. I'm thinking about the story of Joshua in the Bible when it says, sun stand still, and the sun didn't go down until the battle was over. I think it was today. At any rate, things like that, right? It's good to know that today is the day that we have the most amount of light all year, right? We're in for some of the warmest days that we're going to have for the entire year. There's something about the great light, the king, the sun, being at its highest height and shining at its brightest brightness, and being on stage for its longest show. My ancestors saw this arc happen throughout the year. They were outside. They weren't inside like we are. They were outside. So they were able to peep, and they could see the sun making this arch across the sky. They would iconographize. They would pictorialize. They would turn this into images and emojis. And the way they would emulate this would be to put the sun in a boat and have it go across the sky in an arch. The whole Earth is flat, there's a dome there. A lot of this does have to do with being able to see the curvature of the Earth and things of that nature, but I think it's heavily influenced by the influence of the sun, by the dominance of the great light, the Father, the the source, if you will. So, and even peeping the sun itself, and just the sheer power, magnitude of a nuclear bomb going off 100 million miles away that will make you sweat here on this planet. I'll say it again. It's just a small fact that the sun is a nuclear bomb. Of course, it's a star. And it's a big ball of gas. It's a nuclear bomb to the tune of, I think it's something like 100 million atom bombs going off simultaneously every second. Something to that effect. It's pretty insane. Its various components, its makeup, how it operates, the amount of pressure that exists at its core, its production of something that we produce, something that is dominant in most of the known universe, called plasma, and its interplay, how these things, this thing called plasma, we're talking about magnetism, we're talking about electricity, we're talking about electron exchanges, we're talking about the micro and the macro, we're talking about little things like hydrogen and helium, we're talking about great expanses like the sun, and we're talking about the same thing. And when we're talking about a day or a time when the light shines the longest and the highest and the brightest, we're talking about a moment that's worth pausing for and contemplating. Because we're talking about you. Because you're a light also. We're all made of light. These are real practical, very empirical terms I'm using. You are made of light. Our reality as we know it, being the holographic reality that it is. Light is the material through which all things are manifested. The modicum, if you will. Anyway, today's mid-June. Today is the summer solstice. Today is a day that all of the eons of man that we know of, all recorded history, tablets, things etched in walls and written on caves, architecture that has been erected in the light of and honor of, all of these things have been constructed in light of what's happening in the heavens. And this particular day, this particular moment, has been of major influence for all of the humanity that we know of. So yeah, it's worth bringing up, cuz. You feel me? It's not something we're talking about on the block. What most of us are trained into is, how does it make me money? How does it get me laid? How does it get me paid? How does it get me fed? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But another thing that our ancestors emphasized is the mind. They were heavy on the mind. They were heavy on the reality, expressing to us that the substrate, the source, what we will call God, but the divine is mind. It's a mental reality. You dig? Consciousness is the substrate of all we know. Yeah, you gotta take care of your body. So that's one of the 9 aspects. We talk about inner elevation 9. Absolutely talk about physical health. So yeah, take care of your body. Don't just be concerned with am I gonna have something to put in my face? Because if you're in a position where you got one of these devices and you can listen to me, You got time to play games. You got time to be on OnlyFans. You got time to do a lot of things. You got time to do a lot of things. And I think we got time to tap into those things that would aid us the most. So in your physical health, start tapping into what actually feeds one of these things. If you're going to be concerned about it. If you're going to be concerned about how does it make me money, then I would be interested in knowing how concerned you are and how you use your money. It's like, well, you don't need to know. You need to be concerned. I don't need to know. It's something worth thinking about, though. If being concerned about the heavens, wanting to go to heaven, but never ever thinking about the heavens, makes sense, then this probably ain't the road for you to be on. Like, I'm probably not the companion to be rocking with. But if you heard a lot of conversation about heaven, and for some reason you thought, how come we never talk about the heavens? They're like, in all of these books, they name stars, they name nebula, constellations. In all of the structures, there are symbology and alignments with the heavens. How come we talk about heaven, but we never talk about the heavens? If that is the question that you ask, you're in the right place, Pimp. So let's rock. You dig what I mean? So, This mind has a myriad of ways that it can express itself. It's like water. You dig what I'm saying? It flows and it takes a myriad of forms. It can enter into all the phases, beyond the phases of reality, beyond the phases of matter. So we got the four phases. There is a substrate, and that structure is mind. You get what I'm saying? It takes form through those four phases and interacts with us in all things that we know of, right? The world is sensuality. So, this one mind becomes many. The simple way of looking at this is 1 through 9. The one mind has a dual base, achieving knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self can give birth. That's the Trinity. That will lay foundation for the physical realm. That's the 4. Where work can be done. That's the 5. Where work can be done, there can be balance, there can be law, there can be, so. And then there's 6. Man, 666. 3, Trinity, foundation. Anyway, I can't give you all the game. But I like to give notes so our interests stay in the appropriate place and you stay on the path, right? It's the name of the game for those of us that are playing it. Remember, someone said back in the day, the game is the game. Some people are main players. Some people are key. Some people are at the forefront of the show, if you will. You know what I'm saying? They're characters whose names are known. Their presence is felt. Their impact is seen. And then there's background, who are very important. Background characters are very important. But they're background characters. Enough said. In this display of minds, it can come out in a myriad of ways. We can talk about it in 3 ways, right? 3 simple ways. You guys can go look up, check it out. You got an animal mind, you got a human mind, and you have a divine mind, right? You have animal mind and things we talked about before. It's stuff you need to survive. Can I eat? Where can I sleep? Who can I sleep with? How do I feel good? If I'm angry, who do I hurt? Etc., etc., etc. You have a human mind that is making decisions. when you awaken your human mind, that's when you're in this quandary between, is there something more than what I've been doing, than what I've been programmed to do, right? And then along the path of being a human, you'll have these moments where the divine will break through. And then as you become more and more aware of the unified field, you have choices of whether to live in alignment with your animal tendencies that you've grown with, or live in alignment with this divine awareness that you could, by making decisions to move toward it, grow into. It's really that simple. I mean, I know it's complex. It ain't really. It's simple, but it's not exactly without its need to be deciphered. You get what I mean? What it really is like is a whole bunch of words, a bunch of information, a whole lot of something. And then you roll it and roll it and roll it and fold it, and you roll it and fold it, and you roll it and fold it, and you roll it and fold it, and you're able to fit something this big into something this big. Me saying to you, is that simple? That's what that is. Your living is the necessary process of unpacking, right? Your living is literally doing this via your DNA. Your DNA had all of you compacted into this little seed. And the life that you have been living, as you know it, has been you unfolding, unraveling, if you will. You get what I mean? While you're unraveling, you're rewriting to be reconstituted so that you can unravel again. And these are all things that we can talk about today, on the longest day and the strongest day, the day of the solstice. What I would encourage you guys to do, instead of saying, "Go, let's go," hopefully enough of this information is interesting. To those that it's interesting to, it'll be interesting to you. You get what I'm saying? I'm genuinely in love with my life and with living. Only reason why I'm talking to this screen, which is a little bit preposterous to me, but I can sense the individuals who are connected to me. There's folks that vibe with me. It might be like 12 people. I guess I'm doing something positive. I'm not expecting to go viral doing something positive in this world. We're in Kali Yuga, man. Cut it out. You know what I mean? Ever the more, nevertheless, we need each other. We need each other. My apprehensiveness about people knowing me. What's up, people? It's good. My apprehensiveness about people knowing me, dude. I mean, being on the internet, somebody can see me here and then see me in the street walking to me like, yo, man, that's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from a generation. You don't want nobody following you. You know, it's not what you're looking for. You dig? It's not what you're looking for. You don't want strangers following you. You don't want police following you. You don't want your mama following you. You don't want nobody following you. Real talk. We're here now. And I love it. Damn, bro. I've been going for 19 minutes. Now, those of you guys who know me know I can go for 19 hours straight because there's so much information. This world is so rich. There's so much to learn and know and grow. There's so much to you. You're so much deeper than you think you are. You're so much deeper than you know. And there's some people who got knowledge of self. I ain't talking to you. You're kind of aware of what is up. You get what I'm saying? You know what the Enuma Elish is, and you kicked it with the Nuwapians and whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You down with the 5%, and you peeping out the 10 and the 85 and all that. You got the science. You got Shake. You got Dr. Clark. You good. This ain't for you. You should be working. Go to work. Stop watching people. Just you go to work. You got all that. Go to work. Start doing the work. You dig what I'm saying? For you, those of you guys that don't know what the hell I'm talking about, or you kind of heard little pieces here and there, and for my cousins, it's like I said, just for my fam in the south, fam back east, fam in the shadows, fam locked up. Hopefully, you guys catch the vibe. Want to get into the knowledge. Want to understand the 9 levels. How do I take care of this spacesuit that I've come to inhabit? How do I take care of my transmitters, my left hemisphere, my right hemisphere, and how do I get these things to work in uniformity? How do I cultivate the central energetic structures that run my thalamus, hypothalamus, and pineal area? How do I cultivate my will? How do I get clear on what is actually right and wrong in this world? You know what I mean? How do I get clear, and how do I tap into true intuition? How do I tap into my true intuition? All of us humans are nothing but transmitters. We're like antennas, we're like radios. Thoughts are just out here, and we pick them up and we transmit them. Emotions, feelings, all these things we could describe as electromagnetism. We pick that up and then we transmit it in these unique ways. How do we bypass some of our programs and go directly to the field of transmission so we can get pure frequency and transmit pure frequency out into the world? How do we get to that level? You know what I'm saying? I'll say it in another way. How do we your man Paul was talking about, the inner man and the man in the flesh. And he was saying that there's a higher man and a lower man, and the higher man struggles against the lower man so much that the sin that I don't want to do, I end up doing, but the sin that I think I'm not going to do, like, oh, wretched man that I am, what am I to do? It says, well, you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you'll be saved, right? So, in case you guys never read that thing, there's a conversation of this battle between the animal and the human. And the human's like, well, I got this program, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get out of this program. And he says, what you need to do is lean on the divine. Lean on the divine. And he used mechanisms. He says your mouth and your heart. Now, the heart in all these classical ideas is equivalent to what we call suke or psyche. Your mind, your will, your emotions. It's like the you think you are, that's your heart. So you want to tune that. There are ways to do that. You get what I'm saying? One good way is getting your body healthy, obviously getting your brain hemispheres intact. You can bring these things together, make them clap like butt cheeks. You can bring these things together. You can go from saying stuff like, what do people say? Say, oh man, I'm not sure how to put that into words. You hear people saying that. They're just saying this particular connection, the dendrites, the synapses that need to be in place for me to articulate what the images that I see and the sensations that I feel, the emotions I feel, aren't in place. I need to do what I need to do to build that interaction, grow communication, relationship, right? Make a better relationship. I don't want to keep y'all all day. I'm really enjoying this moment. It's good to be off. It's good to be done. Work to do. Well, what we do, Kay, is went from talking about physical health to psychological health to spiritual health, all in one breath. Facts. What I would say is today, while we got a little more time, and over the course of the next days, because the sun's going to taper off more and more and more until we get to the longest night and that would be the winter solstice in December, right before Christmas, right? Xmas, the crust. Today, over the next couple of days, use the celestial, use the heavens, use the time to begin to formulate a plan and use it as a reason to tap in with yourself. Use it as a reason to Google something beneficial. Google something you don't know. Google any and all of the words that I've said in this little chat that you don't know. Solstices, equinoxes, thalamus, hypothalamus, left hemisphere, right hemisphere, prefrontal cortex, R complex, limbic system, pineal gland, endocrine system, your autonomic nervous system, your central nervous system, your cardiac system. Check into digestion, check into your liver, check into your kidneys, check into the Chinese medicine, check into the 5 elements: wood, metal, air, fire, earth, stuff like this, water, you know what I'm saying? Just things that may seem a little unusual could be the key to turning things around. The bottom line is, people are lonely, people are tired, people are scared, people are stressed, people are overworked, people are underpaid, people are over anxious and undervalued of themselves. The sense of self-worth. Nobody who really, really, really values himself is smoking crack or huffing or doing meth. It's not. Nobody who's valuing themselves is making excuses for their shortcomings. A sign that you do not value yourself is that you're making excuses. Not accountable to you. How you give a damn about you if you ain't accountable to you? You don't live up to your own goddamn standards. You feel me? So, work for the day on the positive note. The blessings of the day. Always can go look up what I'm talking about, but just the blessings in your life. That you have life, that you can breathe, that you can think, that you can move, that you have all these things functioning inside you that I was talking about, that the heavens are still working in Congress to keep us pushing even though we are ignorant and lost to these things, that you are blessed enough to, even if you consider yourself poor, that you live like a king in the expanse of all of history. I travel, I tell you, homeless people here are balling compared to people in this world. Balling out of control. You got, man, if all you seen is all you seen, and you don't know. So that's somebody seen what you've seen and seen some other shit. Let me tell you, there's some things people going through. There's some cats right now. There's a dude, I'm a dad, there's a man raising his kids and watching out for his wife in a sewer in Colombia right now. Say it straight up. For all that black men are going through in America, as somebody who's been in the back of a police car, got that work, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Been on, have to do the whole lace behind it, the ears and all that good stuff. I never got arrested, you know what I'm saying? I was blessed with a slick ass mouth, and I was blessed with some distractions that got me out of a lot of things. Evermore, nevertheless, there are men. I couldn't imagine it, man. Just couldn't imagine it. Living in a sewer, growing up in a sewer, and the 12 walking around, just letting them off into the sewer openings just in case somebody around there. They looking to get off you like that. Like, oh man. I'm telling y'all, we need to get together because it could be so much worse. Y'all don't even understand. Look at our own history, bruh. Where we been, we need to get together. So, a great way to start, cuzzo, is You get together. Just focus on you today. Tap in with nature. You ain't gotta go out into the trees. Just tap in with the knowing that the great light that gives us all life is at its highest keel right now. That a new moon in Gemini, a new moon in a time when we can bring things that seem opposite together as one. When you can have a home, when you understand that the front door and the back door make the whole house, then we can build home now with yourself. I'm talking about taking this time, saying, yo, I don't know all this weird astronomy, astrology stuff, but I do know it's the solstice today. And I can tap into raising my height and raising my energy to its highest level. So I gotta get my body and my mind functioning at a high level so I can keep that fire going. That intensity and that passion is gonna help me to see clearly what goals work best interest of me and my people, and what work I can be doing, and how hard I need to go at it, and how intense I need to be. So I don't feel like I need to take no breaks. I don't need to rest. I don't need a vacation. I need to get that action in. Also, you can take that reality that you have this moon that is growing in light under and within the sign of the lovers, what love really is, the vulnerability to commune with another. That's what this, and I say it's twins and all that stuff. Nah. This is a man and a woman. You feel me? This is a love between a man and a woman, which is the most complicated thing on the face of this damn planet. I'm telling you right now. It's the most complicated thing. Trigonometry, physics, quantum chromodynamics. The love between a man and a woman is the great mystery of the universe. That's what Gemini is about. The reality and the understanding, the coming to a conscious awareness of this thing that I thought was this, and this is actually one, right? And thirdly, my friend, I'm gonna give you the three. With the solstice and with that Gemini, I would like you to take this opportunity that we call summertime. Summertime, baby. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna let you sit with that. I'm 70s, 80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you sit with summertime. Summertime for me is some gangster shit. Maybe I'll get into it with you, but I know my cousins, I know y'all know what we talking about. We talking about watermelon. We talking about Kool-Aid. We talking about from my youth. We talking about watermelon. We talking about Kool-Aid. We talking about hoghead cheese and Ritz crackers as a delicacy. We talk about pig's feet and Lay's potato chips, pig lips, pig feet, Lay's potato chip. We're talking about water balloon fights. We're talking about firecrackers and smoke bombs and egg and cop cars. Man, I love it.